You moved here to be an actor.
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement?
I will say filmmaker because when I graduate, I have master's degree in TV and radio, but I already start working, helping, prepping auditions in Russia. We will go to Щукинское училище, like we will go to the universities that teach acting. And I work for a commercial agency and I will start helping with casting. So I started in front of the camera and then I don't remember, somebody was not available in Moscow for, whatever. So I got a call from a friend of mine who's a director and he was like, hey, can you help me to do a casting for this commercial? So I start getting behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came with my CD disc, dude,
Your what?
I brought 69
Your STDs?
STD discs. CDs.
Okay.
With my demo reel.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm gonna come to Hollywood. I'm gonna give Steven Spielberg my STD disc, and he's gonna book me immediately for the lead role in his movie.
Well,
that was my plan.
To be fair, the industry used to work that way. Like there was a day, even bleeding into my days in LA, where showing up to casting offices in person to hand them a physical headshot actually mattered.
Yeah, very true.
That was back in the day, and I feel stupid saying back in the day, referring to my day, but it feels like back in the day, even though it wasn't that long ago.
We're like 6 years apart from each other, and it's
COVID
crazy.
changed the entire acting industry in so many ways.
Which is kind of good because back in the days, when you, let's say you're Al Pacino, right, and you're doing auditions, they will request you to do a self-tape. Somebody gonna put you on video cassette and gonna send director when you're filming in Italy or you're filming your Godfather and they want to do something else. So when you're a lead actor in Hollywood, you're supposed to do self-tapes.
But self-tape was the exception. Self-tape was like either the backup option when you couldn't be there, or it was usually, from my experience, it was for like smaller projects where they maybe didn't have the budget for a casting office, or like self-tapes were rare and I hated them. But now it's like the inverse. Now self-tapes are the norm. I haven't been on an in-person audition since before COVID. It's been over 5 years.
You know what I found actually interesting? With me and my personality, I need people. I want people. And when you go, like my agent always said, don't book the role.
Book the room.
Book the room.
Mm-hmm.
And me talking to camera guy, casting director, me like showing up with cupcakes, feeding you in your mouth, telling stories about my I don't know, cucumbers.
Dude, I sent Raja. That's why, that's another reason we need to get him on, because I need him to tell this story. There was a role I really wanted to read for, and I was a big part of my training was with Joe was thinking outside the box, doing the thing that no one else is going to do. And in this case, it didn't work, but it's a funny story. So I sent Raja into a casting. He did this for me. Went into a casting office dressed as a Domino's employee with a pizza that I taped my headshot underneath the lid. And I said, go deliver this to, and I had the casting name. I already knew what I wanted to read for. I had a note on there, and I said, go deliver this pizza.
So you sent pizza?
No, I sent Raja in with a pizza. I could have just had it
This
sent
is
there.
so Ashton.
This was
pizza machine.
This was pre-DoorDash. There was no DoorDash or anything. So
he dressed as a pizza delivery guy.
We literally bought a blue hat, and I had him we glued a Domino's logo. I swear to God, he'll tell you this.
He never told me that.
He did this for me, and what a friend, man. Because like I had a lot of successes doing stuff like that. That time in particular, they didn't bring me in. But I did a lot of random shit like that because of how I was taught. Because at the time, that shit mattered. Pre-COVID, booking the room, being in person, that kind of stuff had an impact on you going in to read. I got one of my biggest auditions and subsequent callbacks ever from a blind headshot drop-off at a casting office. And, I didn't book the role, but it was an experience I'll never forget. I read one-on-one with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and all of this was from me walking in blindly. Agent had nothing to do with it. Saying, hey, please call me in for an audition. And I literally got one that day because of it.
But
you can't do that anymore.
No.
It doesn't, now you got to film and be a monkey in front of a fucking hall and hope that you stand out.
There are pluses and minuses for everything.
Yeah.
When you go and you have full room of executives, and you have to be the best shape that you can deliver those lines. You have like literally 30 seconds to make everybody fall in love with you and your character. And if you, whatever, not in a good mood, or you in traffic, or you had like anxiety or whatever, and you did not book the room in that 30 seconds, with self-tapes, you can do 69 tapes. And that's why they said, like, when casting director received hundreds of those self-submissions, and when they see that you cannot, like, that you fine or something is off or something, it's like, I literally just give you 3 days. You could have practiced that line for a whole day, and even for self-tape audition, up. What are you gonna do on set?